Archie. I'm Doctor.
Dr. Sly-Fi?
Yeah. No, I'm Doctor.
Oh, Dr. Sci-Fly. The new They Might Be Giant song.
No, I'm not Dr. Sly-Fly.
Oh, well, are you Doctor Who?
I'm Doctor and
Afra?
No, I'm Doctor
Worm.
Ewok.
Dr. Ewok?
Yeah.
Everybody, Dr. Ewok. Dr. Ewok, everybody. Hello, Galaxy. You've tuned in to another live video for Star Wars Radar. Today, I thought we'd talk about 3 values, or really traits, that were displayed by Rey in The Last Jedi. Remember seeing Rey in The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a pretty good job, didn't she?
Yeah.
I thought she did. Well, the actress, of course, who portrays Rey. I don't know if we've gotten to the point where we can understand that actors and actresses portray characters. But the first value that I thought I'd talk about is eagerness, showing willingness to learn. One example would be when she was sitting there on the rock, just so excited for her lesson from Luke. You know, she wanted to learn. She's eager and willing to learn from Luke. And then, of course, Luke goes in and attempts to, give her, what, was it 3 lessons? Now, here's a sub-question I have. Open this one?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to open the Canto Bite police vehicle here. The police speeder. I was planning on opening this at the end of the video, but if you want me to open it now, that's fine. I wanted the figure more than anything. The interesting thing, though, and I didn't quite catch it the third time I saw The Last Jedi either. Luke says, I'll teach you 3 lessons. I heard 1, and then 2, but where was the third? What was the third lesson? I'm not sure if I quite caught it and missed it, or if it wasn't just, stated outright as this is the third lesson and it was something a bit more subtle. But anyway, I keep trying to rethink this, or, go over it in my thoughts since we can't watch the movie digitally right now. It hasn't been released yet. That'll be another couple of months. But either way, I'm wondering what that third lesson was. So Rey showed a fair amount of eagerness. The second thing that she showed was resolve, seeing when it was time to give up. She's got tenacity, and that's one of the things that I really appreciate about Rey. She doesn't like to give up. But when she gives up on Luke, she recognizes that, Luke is seemingly a lost cause.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
That's exactly what she did.
She said no.
Yeah. Do you want to show everybody the police figure there? Thank you, Boo.
Figure.
I appreciate it, Jedi. But, basically showing resolve in knowing that she's got to push forward with, trying to effectively save Kylo Ren, defeat Snoke, or die trying, right? And trying to convert Kylo Ren to the light side of the Force.
I'm getting his hope.
Oh, thank you, honey.
I'm getting his hope.
Are you... Oh, I see what you're doing. You're helping the officer?
Yeah.
We also have a clone figure, which we picked up for a couple bucks, thrifting. Show them what we got at Ewok Village, honey. This clone.
This clone trooper.
Can you show them a little closer?
Okay.
Okay.
Why?
Thank you. Ah. Looks like we're going to have to assemble this police speeder, which we may have to do after the video, after I talk through the 3 points. The third point, see, I am making the third lesson here, was self-reliance, or ultimately recognizing the strength from within was the thing that was going to propel her forward. Yes? I'm over here. What you need? I'm going to finish this. Effectively, finding salvation, or looking inward towards herself, going back and finding friends, going to Crate. What, baby? You want to bring that over?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and bring that over. Be careful, though. I'm going to try to keep the box lid on. It's okay, baby. Come on over.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and set this down. The Mighty Mug Darth Vader. Hasbro sent that to me a few weeks ago, if not a few months ago. It was an early release, long before I saw these in the store. And the cool thing is that you can press down on the Mighty Mug's heads now, and they switch faces. What are they saying? What's he saying?
He says
No! Is that your Darth Vader?
yeah.
Go with a deep voice. Go, no! Can you do that?
No.
Can you go with a high-pitched voice then?
No.
Okay, go with a voice. Anyway, 3 values that really stood out at me, effectively showing Rey's rather interesting character arc. I mean, The Last Jedi was all about failure. But in Rey's failure, she finds herself.
I'll be back soon.
Oh, okay, you're coming back soon then? All right, thank you for joining.
I dropped it.
Oh, you dropped something? Oh, that's okay. It's just a little wrapper.
It's okay. I'll see.
Okay, well, I was going to continue to remove that from the packaging, if you don't mind. I'll put it together. I'll put together the speeder. And there, by the way, is the police officer, in case anybody missed it. Got this for, what, $10? They were on sale over the holiday season, and, it's a great time to snap up those vehicles, which would otherwise sell for, what, 3 times that amount or so? But, in Rey's failure to effectively bring Luke back into the fight, she found herself, or is starting to find herself. And, I thought that was an interesting way of spinning the idea of failure. And I don't think it was a failure that, she wasn't able to discover who her parents were, if she does indeed have a lineage of any kind. Whether it's, some notoriety or otherwise. In failing to bring Luke back, I think it brought her character to the point where, she can be seen as someone who is even more self-reliant than she was before on Jakku. And that's one of the reasons why I've always seen Rey as a very strong character. She had to take care of herself. And now she's kind of back to that place of just that reinforcing that self-reliance. I can only count on myself. I can only count on myself. I want to trust others, but I still only can count on myself. So kind of brings it full circle with, what we saw in Rey's character at the beginning of The Force Awakens. So, it's interesting to see those values, surfaced in Rey, or at least I thought they were interesting as I saw it, play out in The Last Jedi. I was going to have my daughter join me for the continued opening of this particular toy. There's Arabesh, by the way, on his helmet, which is pretty neat. He also has a holster for his weapon, which I'm not going to remove right now. I've also been sitting on top of R4X2 and Y5X2, a couple of droids that were apparently seen in The Last Jedi. Since I don't have the digital release, I can't go back and say, oh, this is exactly where those droids were, but this is what it says on the back of the card. All different types of astromech droids populate the Star Wars galaxy. Each is different. It's a generic description. They look like they would be resistance droids, available at Disney theme parks, potentially even in the Disney Parks app online. I've become somewhat of an astromech fan over the years, and if I have an opportunity to get a hold of the unique ones at the Disney theme parks, whether that's the Build-A-Droid or the Droid Factory, then I leap at those opportunities, happily so, being a huge fan of figures. That's my favorite part of the fandom. I know everybody has a different, favorite part. I enjoy the comics, certainly. The films, absolutely. The TV shows, talking about various aspects of, the entertainment that we take in the Star Wars galaxy. But I gotta tell you, the toys are probably one of my favorite parts. I share it all, though, on Star Wars Radar. Thank you for following. I do appreciate the support there. I was hoping that Jedi would be with me for a little longer than a minute. Or, I'm sorry, Dr. Ewok. It's a new name for her, I guess. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I'm not sure if you wanted to discuss this even further. I was streaming this live. Never mind, Jedi is coming back. What do you think about Rey? Has she always been a believable character for you? And if not, why not? That would be, I think, worthy of discussion as well. What do you think of Rey?
He has it.
Oh, the blue mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means it'll make a sound as soon as we get it all put together. You want to play with toys?
Yeah.
We're going to play with toys. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.
May Force be with you always.